make a cut about 2 inches down from the top of your bottle that I sent you, or one that has a cap. And you're just gonna poke a little hole about 2 inches down, and you might need to get help from your parents. You'll stick scissors inside your cut. That part you might get your parents to help you with. And you're gonna cut all the way around, trying to stay at that same line and meet up at the end. So you're gonna save this piece right here. That's gonna be where your plants go. And then we're gonna make another cut, and this one you probably want to be down where it starts to taper when you make the cut. And you might try an X-Acto knife if you have one. Let's see if Marlowe can use the X-Acto knife just to poke the starting hole. Perfect. Okay. Now always close your X-Acto knife once you're done. There you go, all the way down. There, good. Okay, so once you cut that off, now you have 2 pieces that you're gonna keep. This piece, it's kind of like just a tube, and this piece that looks like a funnel. And the other piece you can just throw away or recycle. Okay, so on your second bottle, you're just going to cut off the top about 2 inches down. So now you have 3 pieces. You have this funnel, this barrel, and this little pitcher. This one is going to be where your snails live. A little ways down, you're going to want to put some holes. If you have a hole punch, that's a perfect thing to use. Or you can use a nail, and those are just for oxygen can get in there. And so you're going to put 4 holes around the barrel of that.
So you see how we put 4 holes around that?
We're gonna try to make the home for the snails by putting some gravel in the bottom, and then we're gonna fill it with some water, but the water has to be dechlorinized, so that means it needs to sit out for at least an hour. All right, here's what we're gonna do next. First, we're gonna put in some gravel, and this gravel I think has already been rinsed, so you wanna kind of rinse your gravel so you don't get all that dust from the gravel in. And you just wanna put about 1.5 inches of gravel in there, just to make a substrate on the bottom. Go ahead, pour it in. That seems pretty good. And then you're gonna have your plants. Only this one needs to be rooted. So this one, Marlowe's gonna push it down into the rocks so the roots are covered. And maybe you can kind of squish the rocks down on top of it, like that. So he's kind of pinching the rocks in. These ones are Eladia, so now don't let these get in any waterways because I think they might be an invasive. So make sure they just stay in the container here, but they can just go in free floating. They don't have to be rooted. Go ahead, put those in. And if you have a 2-liter bottle, there's gonna be a lot more room for your plants. Should be fine for snail. And then we're gonna pour the water in on top, but be careful because you don't want to go above the line where your holes are, or the water will be squirting out the side. I was gonna pour his dechlorinated water from his pitcher. You can keep going a little farther. That's good. And then you can put your snails in. The snails are right over there. You want to be a little gentle with your snails. If they're stuck on the side of the plastic thing, you want to slide them off gently. Go ahead, you can just plop them in there. And there's nothing to be scared about with these snails. They don't bite or anything like that. So you could just pour this water in there. It might have some helpful bacteria in there. Our next step is we're gonna put 2 holes in the lid. Where you could also use a little drill, like a jeweler's drill or something like that. So I would take it off of the container so you don't bend it. We're gonna put the lid back on. This funnel will fit right down inside of this tube part that you have. Just like that. And you can wedge it in there and you could tape it on a little bit. This is where your dirt's gonna go. But first we'll put it on our tank. Next you want to sort of put the tube inside or over the top of the other tube, whichever works better for you. We ended up putting it over the top. And then you can tape that, but make sure you don't tape over your air holes, right? Make sure they still have air. Just like Marlowe's doing, goes up in the top. And you're almost done. You just gotta fill this top with dirt and plant your radish seed. Okay, so now you're gonna basically fill up this funnel with your soil. And just like that. And then you're gonna grab your radish seeds The way I did it was I just made a little trough with my finger like this. And then I put a couple seeds in there, like maybe 5 or 6 seeds. And I made basically 3 troughs. It's okay to overplant this a little bit. And then once you put your seeds in, you'll just cover it over with the dirt. These are what the seeds look like here. Just like that. Not too deep. Once you got your seeds planted and covered with soil, then you just need to water it. If you still have your pipettes from your blood experiment, this is a great use of the pipette to water the plants. Make sure you have them rinsed out first so there's no chemicals in there. It's a great tool for watering. Otherwise, you just have to very slowly pour in some water because the soil is dry. So it will tend to be up on the top.